Is there any last bit of advice that you can give to someone who wants to pivot?
Yeah, I think for someone that wants to pivot, if I had advice, would be this day and age, 2020, in the world of social media and technology and the internet, is the best time for someone to want to pivot. And the reason I say that is because if you wanted to pivot 30 years ago, good luck, because you would have had to gone to school, get a
Right.
degree, do years of networking with people, like, to find a new role. But I myself tomorrow, and this is funny, like this is actually super funny to think of. I'm not going to do this, but let's just say I did. I'm super interested right now in learning Japanese, right? I actually just got this book in Amazon, where it's just like 1,000 Japanese vocabulary. Let's just say tomorrow I wanted to become an English Japanese teacher, or vice versa. I wanted to teach Japanese. I can tomorrow start a social media page saying, hey guys, I'm an American, I'm learning Japanese, and I'm going to become a Japanese teacher. And I could start from there a social media page teaching people Japanese while I learn it myself. And in 5 years, I would actually be a legitimate Japanese teacher if that's what I wanted to do. And I can create courses. I can write a book about my journey and sell that. I could actually go work at a school teaching it. So I can start that tomorrow because of things like social media. I would not have been able to do that normally. And I think that's obviously an extreme parallel from, leading a digital healthcare company to going and being a Japanese teacher. But you can do that, and it should be especially easy if it's within like your realm of the field. So if I now tomorrow wanted to go and say that, just trying to spitball something here, but if I tomorrow wanted to kind of shift gears from digital patient education, I wanted to go into specialty or even pharma, I can just start becoming that expert and start creating content for that. But the thing that I really want to hone in though is that you're in full control of your destiny for that, because the tools are all there for you to become that expert, for you to pivot. You know exactly how to find the people to talk to. You might have to talk to 100 of them to get to where you want to get to, but the people you're easily able to find them.
Yeah.
And I think that just realizing that if you feel stuck right now, you are in the best time of your life in the place of the world with the way technology is now, to be someone that's stuck, because you can easily pivot. When I say easily pivot, you can pivot with hard, it's funny I say you can easily pivot with a lot of hard work. You can actually pivot during this time, whereas you might not have been able to pivot at all if you were born in the time where we were still using dial-up internet, or before even the internet was available. So I think just realizing that you are in full control of your destiny at this point, and if you feel stuck, I think what becomes important, you mentioned like someone that's been a pharmacist for 20 years. I imagine that person has a lot of responsibilities. They may have a family. They may be trying to start a family, or, they may just not be super motivated. But I think it's just figuring out a way to start somewhere, even if it's 1 hour at 9 p.m. on Mondays, and then letting that turn into 2 hours at 9 p.m. on Mondays, to 2 hours at 9 p.m., 2 hours on Monday and 2 hours on Wednesday. And then over time, just building your way to that pivot. But at the end of the day, just realizing that I think, are in full control of your destiny and kind of what you kind of decide that you want to do with your career, whether you're 20 years in or whether you're just getting started.
That's amazing.